So August is here and there's some amazing games about to drop, but one game that's at the top of my radar is Black Myth Wukong. That game drops in August and here's a bunch of reasons why I'm extremely hyped for it. Let's get straight into it. So Black Myth Wukong has an MC named Sun Wukong, also known as the Monkey God, which some of us are already familiar with. Me, I grew up watching Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z. I didn't watch too much Dragon Ball Super, but I do know who Son Goku is. And Son Goku, back in the Dragon Ball era, is a fictional character that flies around on a Nimbus cloud, and he also holds an extendable staff, the same way that Sun Wukong, the Monkey God, does. The Dragon Ball verse was actually inspired by a 400-year-old Chinese novel called Journey to the West. Many of the characters within the Dragon Ball universe actually mirror the true tale of Monkey God and his friends. For example, Oolong, the pig, was inspired by Pixie, a character that often followed closely alongside Sun Wukong in the Monkey King novel. Even characters like Bulma, Yamcha, and other characters in the Dragon Ball verse are all inspired by this book. Up next is the character design. I gotta be honest with you, looking at screenshots, gameplay, and all the trailers that have dropped for this game so far, I'm extremely excited to fight these bosses. Some of these character designs are absolutely insane, and the art style that they took is something that I'm interested in personally. I live in Japan, so seeing more of this culture evolve throughout a video game is just something that really relates to me, and I just gotta see more of it. Plus, this game has over 80 bosses to challenge. I just finished up Elden Ring, which is a different conversation in itself, but there's a bunch of bosses in there as well. And overcoming those obstacles and beating down every single boss is really exciting. So being able to do that in yet another game that isn't a Souls-like, I'm here for it. Now, to go into further details about how it's not like other Souls games, Black Myth Wukong is unique because it shares the similarities of Souls, but it's a little bit different. When you die in Wukong, you will lose some experience points, but not all of them, and you're going to be pushed back to your recent checkpoint. But there's save locations that are actually planted outside the boss arenas or in key areas of the game, so there isn't too much penalty upon death, which personally is a breath of fresh air. I recently just started to play and love Souls games myself, but not being punished every time you die will be refreshing. The difficulty in Black Myth is actually going to be set. You won't be able to change it like you can do in a game, for example, as Stellar Blade. In Stellar Blade, you start off on the normal mode, you go through the entire game. Once you finish it up, you can then try a hard mode. Once you've unlocked hard mode, however, you can start a brand new file straight off of hard mode, which makes it extremely difficult to beat down some of the bosses and just get through the world itself. This game doesn't have those types of settings. It's a set difficulty, and from the information that we received about the game so far, the first couple hours of this game are designed to be extremely complicated to basically teach you how to play the game. Or maybe just by design, it's a lot more difficult because of lack of knowledge. So every single boss and every encounter that you have is basically a knowledge check. And to me, that type of challenge seems, it seems like that's my type of video game. No parry. Instead of a parry system, Black Myth Wukong focuses on the dodge system. After watching several trailers, it uses this dodge or after image technique, which looks extremely cool, I ain't gonna hold you. And it reminds me of Itachi from Naruto, who is one of my favorite characters of all time. So I digress. This dodge system is probably not gonna be able to be abused. It seems that you're only able to do up to about 3 after images, and then at some point you reach, I wouldn't say a threshold, but you kind of reach a cooldown. So it's going to be a balance, so to speak, sort of like a dance. You're going to have to dodge certain mechanics, run from others, and then learn how to guard counter, I guess, because there is no block mechanic in this game. But ultimately for me, a dodge system that looks that good, I'm here for it. The environment and the world design. I mean, I don't know if y'all hear it in my voice, but I'm hyped. The environment and the world design for this game is absolutely cracked out. Like, Black Myth Wukong looks amazing, and I'm really excited for all the different boss fights. One of the boss fights in particular that I'm looking forward to is the snowy area boss fight. So you have this boss, right, and he does his attack that leaves a streak across the ground. It's kind of like a Getsuka Tensho type thing, and it flies across the ground and it leaves a complete streak in the snow. Now, through the entirety of the fight, that streak remains in the snow. You got Wukong walking around and you can see his footsteps. You got the boss's footsteps, and then the boss launches that same Getsuka Tensho type attack again, and it creates an X in the snow. That's insane to me. Like, the fact that the mechanics, or that this game world is able to bring in all of these attention to details during your boss fight kind of really immerses you into that experience, and I'm hyped for it. So with that being said, I'm extremely excited for Black Myth Wukong once again, and I will be covering everything that this game has to offer right here on the channel. I'm going to be doing tips and tricks, guides, walkthroughs, and reporting all the future news. So if you would like to keep up with my content, then consider subscribing to the channel and turn on post notifications so that you don't miss out on the upload. If you found this video informative or helpful and want to support the channel, then smash that like button for me. But I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. This is your boy M of MSensei HD. For now though, I'm out of here.